Good afternoon. Welcome to this episode of the Woodland Weekly. We've been quite busy on the golf course this past week with the big storm we had last Thursday. So be patient with us. There's a lot of cleanup still to do, and hopefully we'll get through it as painlessly for the membership as possible. Today I wanted to talk about course care. I have three topics I'd like to talk about. One is ball mark repair, one is divot repair, and the other, with this new golf rule we have about leaving the flag stick in the hole, is how to properly get your ball out of the hole without damaging the edges of the golf hole. So first we'll start off with ball marks. And here you see a couple of ball marks that are old, that were repaired improperly. These brown spots will last for weeks before they totally recover. So I had our golf professional come out and make me a fresh ball mark, because a fresh ball mark recovers, if repaired properly, in a day. In fact, when I get done with this ball mark, hopefully you won't even be able to tell that it happened. So the first thing I like people to do is to take their thumbs, if they can, and push the ball mark back together. You can use your fingers or your thumbs and just push it back together. So already that ball mark is half the size that it was. So we give away these tools in the golf shop. We were giving away metal ones, but people have dropped those tools in the fairways, and we're actually damaging mowers by hitting those metal ball mark repair tools. So if you have an old metal ball mark repair tool that everyone does, that they like, I'd ask you just to leave that one in your bag. And if you can't repair a ball mark with your fingers or your thumb, to please use this plastic style so that it, if we do lose it on the golf course and we hit it with a mower, it won't damage our mowers. So this tool, it doesn't cause as much damage as the two-prong tool. You just put it in the outside of the hole and gently pull to the center. And then you can either take your putter, or I like to use my thumbs, and just push it back down around there. And tomorrow, you'd be hard-pressed to find out or to remember where that ball mark was. Now I'd like to show everyone the proper way to repair a divot. Every day, the mowing crew has to replace divots that look like this that members will not put back. And another thing that destroys the mower is cutting all of this soil on the back of this divot, and it leaves a mess for the members that play behind you. So if at all possible, we want you to please put the grass back in the hole. I know sometimes they fly a long way and it's hard to walk up there and get it, but if you can walk out there, get your grass, figure out which way that divot came from, which in this case is like this, put that divot back in there and step on it, and that divot will be gone tomorrow. If you just fill the hole with sand and you leave the pile of grass, the divot laying out in front, like I say, it makes the golf course trashy looking and it doesn't recover nearly as quickly. Now here's a divot that was taken a little shallower, and even though there's not a lot of grass here to put back, believe it or not, bent grass will grow back from these little roots that are still attached to this divot. So even if there's just a little bit of grass, I'd like you all to put the divot back, and then, kind of like we do for top dressing a green, cover the divot with sand and smooth it out. And you can smooth it out with your foot, and then those grass plants will actually grow up through that divot. So if you wanted to, even, you could top dress around the edges and make that divot even better, but it's not necessary. If you can put the grass back in the same direction that it came out, that is the best way to do it. And then on these shallower divots, try to put your grass back, but then top dress a divot and smooth it out. Please do not pile up the sand, because again, when the mowers go over that pile of sand, it ruins the cut on the mower. So we ask you please not to leave piles and to refill the divot level with the surface of the grass. The last thing I'd like to talk about this afternoon is the proper way to remove the ball from the hole. With this new rule we have of being able to leave the flag stick in the hole, I see a lot of different ways people like to take the ball out. Some people like to take it and yank the flag stick out, which damages the edge of the hole. I see other people taking their putter or a club and digging the ball out of the hole with their putter, which has really never been a good way to do it. But you can even damage the hole just by putting your hand in like this and grabbing your ball out, and it can roll over the edge of the hole or damage the hole. So I would like to see everyone reach their hand in with their palm to the flag stick, reach down in the hole and gently pull out the ball, and I didn't even touch the edge, and I caused no damage to the edge of the hole. We take great care every morning when we cut the holes to have very crisp edges and have the cups be as true to 4 1/4 inches as possible. So if we could get the cooperation of all the members to be careful when removing their ball from the golf hole, it would be very helpful. Well, thank you very much. This edition of Woodland Weekly, I was going to talk about tilapia, but the water temperature is still too cold. But maybe we'll do a special edition next week when the water temperatures warm up enough that we can put the tilapia in the ponds. Thank you.